What's up, everybody? That F-150 guy. Getting ready to go to work, and I want to talk about a couple things before I get going. I gotta put stuff in my truck first, though, so bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to go into the other garage here and talk about this Jeep quick. Okay, so I had some thoughts and I want to run them by you. These fenders, I mean, they're obviously old in theory. The other side has all that rot that I found. Here's a good close-up of it. And what my thought is I'm thinking maybe I should just get new fenders, right? But then when I was shopping for new fenders, I also found fiberglass. So the pros and cons, right? Steel is obviously durable. It's cheaper than the fiberglass. And it's just a simple swap. The fiberglass is also a simple swap. It's just a couple bolts. It bolts to the front clip, and then it bolts to the tub. And there's used to be a support rod. I don't know if you can see that in there. There's a support rod under there that allows you to, you know, sort of lean on it a little bit and it won't hurt it or bend it. Other than the fiberglass being more expensive, it's also a little more fragile when it's cold. It's also prone to cracking with age, so I'm kind of torn. Do I spend a little bit more money and go with fiberglass because it's also going to give me a weight savings? It's going to be lighter. And also, when this is done, this isn't going to be something that I just leave sit outside. It's not going to be something that's driven on a daily basis. It is going to be strictly for shows and racing and display. That's really about it, you know. So I'm kind of hoping maybe you guys will help me out with this and give me a little feedback whether you think I should go with fiberglass or steel. The steel ones are about 130 bucks a side, so that's 260 bucks. The fiberglass is about 180 per side, so it's just shy of 400. Not that big of a difference in price. I'm looking more of what would be better for the Jeep as a whole. I don't care either way. I mean, steel is steel, you know. It weighs more, and when you're dealing with drag racing, weight is obviously a big thing. But am I going out there to race competitively? Not really. I'm going out there to showcase a vehicle that I decided to take an idea and make it a reality. You know, taking something that's not what it's meant to do and do it. So I'm hoping you guys will give me some good feedback. They also make fiberglass windshield frames, and I've thought about that too. This one's in decent shape, but there is some rust on the other side up at the top, right above the driver's side. They also make fiberglass hoods. Well, they make an entire fiberglass body. And You know, obviously I'm not doing a whole fiberglass body. That's like $2,300, and at this point it's an unnecessary expense. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below, steel or fiberglass. And let me know, steel or fiberglass for the fenders, steel or fiberglass for the hood. And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do, because I'll leave the front clip as it is, just because of the way the support rods are and the radiator mounts. That's quite a bit to be hanging on some fiberglass. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about in here, so let's go ahead to work. Helps if I have my keys. Alright, just gotta close this garage door and we'll get on the road. Decent remote start here, close up of the exhaust. Sounds pretty good to me. Oh, hey, welcome back. For anybody that's new to the channel, thanks for subscribing, and I'll take a second to tell you a little bit about myself and what's going on. My name is Jeff. I live in South Central Pennsylvania, also known as PA, P-E-E-A-Y-Y, or is it P-E-E-A-A-Y? I don't know. We have all kinds of linguistic stuff that's different about us here. But anyway, my show, it's not really a show. My YouTube channel is That F-150 Guy. And don't let the name deceive you, because this channel is not just about my truck. It's not just about the F-150 or the 5.0 Coyote engine. It's about automotive stuff, it's about power sports, and it's also about real life. It's about a guy who has goals and dreams and ideas and tries everything he can to make them a reality. So going back to how this vlog started was basically just going to focus more on my truck, and I was going to modify it and accessorize it over time and do how-to videos for the do-it-yourself mods and simple mods and accessories. And then as my videos evolved, I had an idea from watching some other vloggers, and when this idea really sat with me and I started thinking about it, I knew I could truly make it happen. So that idea is probably what brought you here. It's the Jeep build, and that all started back in middle of July. I posted a video, you'll find it down in the channel, where I'm calling out Guitarmageddon ZL1. His name's Nick. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. And Nick had this Jeep that he was really excited about buying, and he was just looking forward to making a build out of it. But then it turned into be a bit of a problem child. It had some ignition issues, and you know, he turned it into a zombie Jeep, which, you know, that was his build. He likes The Walking Dead and everything. So then when he was trying to sell it on eBay, and at that time I was in no position to buy a Jeep, you know. I had Jeeps in the past. You may have heard that in videos. But I wasn't really interested in it, you know. It was like the zombie thing. I'm like, who the hell would want to drive that? No offense, Nick. But after a while, he posted another video where he mentioned again that he hopes someday to sell the Jeep. When I looked at the eBay listing, it said it was already sold. So you know, I thought, well, I'll take a chance and see what happens. So I created that sort of call out video where, you know, I'm calling on him and saying, hey, I got an idea for your Jeep. I can turn it into a Guitarmageddon ZL1 Jeep. That's my idea, that's my concept. Will you sell it to me for a decent price? And I tried to post the video and tag Nick in as much stuff as I could and really get the video out there. And finally, I think I maybe had 150 views on it. My channel started out so small. You know, I only had 25 subscribers until the Jeep build videos started. And his girlfriend sent me a message that said, hey, Nick will be in touch with you. We just saw this video. Cool, I thought, you know, that's awesome. So a couple days go by and I really started to wonder, and I was like, well, you know, is this really going to happen? Is he really going to get in touch with me? I didn't know. And sure enough, he did. So in a 1.5 to 2 week process, we talked a lot. I went up to see it and we decided on a price and I bought it. I bought the Jeep for $3,500 and now it's in the garage. So the idea of the Jeep, which you may also have heard, is to turn it into a drag racing vehicle. Not a very difficult concept. People have been doing V8 swaps in Jeeps for a long time. The difficulty comes with how I'm going to do it, right? I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a fabricator. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an automotive designer. I don't work in any of those fields. I don't have training in any of those fields. Anything that I do mechanic-wise on my vehicles is like oil change, brake jobs, stuff like that. And even then, I'm either watching YouTube videos or I'm reading instructions somewhere. So the challenge is, how do I, with no experience in true automotive technology and automotive mechanics, turn this into what I want it to be? And I'm going to make it happen, obviously. You know, I had a Jeep before. I'm very familiar with the idea of a V8 swap. But most of the V8 swaps in Jeeps are to turn them into high horsepower rock climbers or mud drags, you know, things like that. Not a street drag, not a street car. There is the LSX Willys, which was recently sold this summer for close to $90,000. And that guy's affiliated with Carlisle, what is it, Carlisle Wheels or Carlisle Specialties, something like that. The guy that built the LSX Willys. I'm not trying to duplicate that, but the YJ is known to be a rugged Jeep with the leaf springs and the solid axles, the same way that the Willys were. I mean, the Willys were the military Jeeps. They went everywhere on a little 4-cylinder. So I'm going to be mating Nick's passion for drag racing and his ZL1s into a Jeep. Some people really hate that idea. You know, the Jeep purists are like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This guy doesn't know shit. That Jeep's gonna rot away. Okay, that's your opinion. But really, you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. Look at the people that have taken like Camaros and old Mustangs, lifted them, and put them on 35-inch tires and then drive them off-road. So what's wrong with doing the opposite? You know, it's a unique idea. I'm not saying it's an all original idea, because obviously there was the LSX Willys. But as one of my subscribers commented recently, there are so many people who are not original on YouTube. They just copy things. They see what others do and they copy the same exact thing. Why? Be original, be yourself, have original ideas, have creative ideas. That's what's truly interesting to people. And while it may not be interesting to a lot of people, or as many people as you hoped it would be interested to, I'll be honest, I have 3,780 some subscribers as of today. I never even expected that. I think that's fantastic. If I can make it grow more, that would be absolutely incredible. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm still going to go through with the project. I just hope that more people would give me a chance and take an interest in the project no, it's bullshit. That'll never get done. This guy's blowing smoke up everybody's ass. Give me a shot, you know, just give it some time here, follow along, and you know, maybe you'll see. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I'm headed to work. It's after 6 o'clock on Sunday night. I don't know if this video will be posted in the early hours tonight or tomorrow. Not real sure, but either way, something else you may not know, or you may know, I work full-time. I have a full-time job. I have a wife. I have a kid. And in addition to my family duties and my work duties is YouTube. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Please share my videos. You know, if you know any other car enthusiasts or car page or custom build pages or Jeep pages or anything, give it a share, you know, send it to them, see if there's any interest in it. You can also find me on Patreon, and that's where you have a chance to be a part of the channel as well by becoming a patron. You subscribe to a set dollar amount per month, and there's various rewards and goals. I can tell you, I'll tell you now, the top goal for the goals, not the rewards, the top goal is, what was it, I think? Wow, regardless. The top goal is 2 people from my patrons on Patreon will be randomly selected to travel, all expenses paid, to PA for a 3-day, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with events such as drag racing or other sporting events depending on the season, ice hockey, stuff like that. So we'll go to a sporting event. We'll also spend some time shooting video for the channel. You'll be featured in the channel. If you have a YouTube channel, obviously we'll make that known and get word out for that. And also traveling around the area, and I'll try to even set something up that we can go up to the greater Harrisburg area and meet up with some of the other 717 crew, depending on how it goes, you know. If I can't set something up with them, you know, I'm sorry, but we'll make something happen. So check out Patreon, the link will be in the description. Also, I have merchandise. Again, I'm wearing one of my shirts. That link will be in the description below. And other than that, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I think you'll enjoy the channel overall, and the Jeep build too. Stay tuned. We'll have more coming at you shortly. Later.